Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Matt Kernan. I'm here with Jeff Bateson. How you doing today, Jeff?
Doing great, Matt. Thanks for having me on.
Good, good. So Jeff Bateson is the community leader for Convene Soccer. So that's what we're going to focus on in the next little bit. We're just going to talk about Convene Soccer and things that we think you can do that will make Convene Soccer really a special group. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, Jeff, and about your family as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, born and raised in Michigan, Midland, Michigan to be exact. Spent about 30 years in Michigan, a couple of years in Colorado, a couple of years in Indiana. But went to college to play soccer and also a little bit of baseball in Michigan at Alma College. And when I was done there, I moved out to Colorado to try to keep playing a little bit longer, and then moved back to start coaching.
Okay.
So I've been coaching now almost 20 years, a little over 20 years, 21 years, I think, actually, in the college game, both college, youth, kind of all levels. But in 2006, I moved down to Greensboro, North Carolina. Moved down here to work at Guilford College, and spent 10 years at Guilford College, where your son Braden's at. And then I'm now in my third season at UNC Greensboro. So just after I moved down, my wife Christy moved down as well, and now we have two beautiful children, Helena and Neela, both in elementary school, ages 9 and 10, fourth and fifth grade, and just enjoying life.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're getting to see all sides of it now, and I think that's one of the special things about Convene Soccer and Convene Communities. But you're getting to see it from the coach's side. You were a player. I will throw this out there. I know you don't like to talk about it and boast, but All-American, a soccer player in college. So that's a great thing. And you've coached all throughout the ranks of college, and from the D3 level all the way up through D1, and now you're a parent.
That's right. The most difficult part.
Going through the most difficult part of being a parent, on the sidelines. And so your daughters, I think this is good. We talked about this before, but your daughters, you have a swimmer and a soccer player.
That's right. Helena, the oldest, is a swimmer.
Yeah.
And then Neela, the youngest, is a soccer player. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
I've actually been fortunate enough to coach her a little bit last year and at practices as well.
Yeah, see, that's awesome. Yeah, it's one of the things I miss. So my son Braden, this is how you and I met is you recruited Braden to go play in soccer, and Braden's in his senior year at Guilford College, and came on to play with you for his freshman year.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
Enjoyable year that year. Good year. Good group of guys that came in with Braden.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So so that's really when you and I became friends. Is when Braden came to play with you and play for you. And so really you've been around Convene communities for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
We're just getting, to the point where we're launching Convene Soccer out. And so let's tell everybody, what are your thoughts about Convene Soccer and why you thought it would be a great thing for Convene communities?
Well, first of all, I thought your idea of Convene, it wasn't called that back in the day, was it? But your idea for Convene was a great one, not only through the sharing platform, the experiences platform, but just the social and the learning platforms as well. So how I think it can fit into soccer is just really using all that, share and experience and everything else. So some of the groups in the soccer community. Certainly there's going to be a soccer group, other groups that we can bring in are referees. Can they have their own community of, certain you make the call, maybe, if you will. So they can maybe teach younger referees, the correct calls or what their experiences have been on the field. Coaches, obviously, there's another one you can use for it. Coaches can use it with their teams. Their individual teams. They can use it with clubs, so larger clubs. Coaches that maybe want to use it outside of their team. Maybe they just have some content. Maybe they have a certain curriculum that they use, and they want to start to sell that or start to show that to the rest of the world, if you will. Parents, new parents, soccer parents, they need advice. They need other parents to share experiences. They need to, know that other people are going through the same things they are, same questions, same experiences. So, I think there's just 3 or 4 right there, just to name a few that could really blow up on Convene Soccer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I told you this or explained this, but I'll just throw it out there as, I was using it in an earlier format, and you can see the examples on there on the attack, and
Mm-hmm.
a couple of experiences in there where I used it when I was coaching a U12 girls team, and they were just not getting the concept of spreading the field. And we had our DOC does a lot of recording of games. He recorded our game, gave us some 12-second clips that he thought were good examples. We took those clips, we put them into Convene, and the girls would go in there, go through the experience, and answer the questions. And I cannot even tell you from 1 week to the next week how much difference it made when they visually see and understand what they were doing.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I mean, that's what I was talking about, the coaching and even the referee part of it. And a referee assigner gets a clip from someone, maybe a questionable call, and just in their community, here's the clip. What would you guys have called? Would you have called the same thing? Why or why not?
Yeah, I think just the example of offsides, that offside is one of the most controversial calls for a referee to make. And a lot of times it's the parents don't understand what it is. So I think even, that's a great example that goes through refs, goes to players, and goes for parents.
That's right.
All along. Just
all three of those groups. Yeah. Same experience, three groups.
Yeah, absolutely. So what other ways do you feel like, or are you looking forward to, Convene, as far as, maybe it's not even soccer, but just some of the things that you and I have, how it's grown and how we've interacted.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, certainly I want to use the parent group or parent community. I mean, I think once my girls get a little bit older in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe they can use the youth or the teen community. Really, Matt, as we've talked about, the topics are endless, the opportunities are endless.
Yeah.
But the new one, cars coming in, it's kind of piqued my interest just because I know nothing about cars. So, can I learn a little something about that? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was on a couple of weeks ago, and just on YouTube looking for videos. Just like you said, I mean, I'm a pilot. I fly them. The joke is I fly them. I don't fix them. But there's a couple of things on the car, one of our cars that I needed to fix a couple of things, and that's it. Just jump in there and learn and all that. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
So if you were trying to talk to, parents, players, and maybe coaches or content providers, what's your message? Why do you want them to come to soccer? I mean, let's get specific and tell them, how you think they could benefit.
Yeah, I think if I'm talking to parents, just maybe the example is the PTFC subgroup that I'm using right now with just my academy groups. There's 100 kids, so 150, 200 parents. Parents, come on in to the group. Let's learn a little something about the PTFC group. Do you want to know a little bit more about the staff? Do you want to know why we do the practices the way we do them? Do you want to know a little bit more about the festivals that we have, or do you have an experience you want to share back and forth? And at the same time, maybe then there's a parent that wants to start the parent group or a different parent group. So maybe it's not from their perspective. Coaches. I think the opportunities are endless for coaches, whether it's they want to make a group of maybe forwards. Here's some exercises that forwards can use to score goals. Here's some exercises that keepers can use to become better. I mean, most club coaches don't have a lot of experience with goalkeepers, so maybe they need some help. Or it's just an easy way for them to say, hey, here's a couple things you can do at home that are very good that you can bring into practice and make you a better keeper. So those are a couple of things that I would say to parents or coaches specifically. The ways you can use it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So and I think with players, when it comes to players, if we could put some of those type things on there, you can't just practice when you have practice. Obviously you got to get touches on the ball and different things when you're at home. So. But I don't think, Braden that played for you, he used to spend hours watching YouTube videos, then going outside and getting touched on the ball because, I didn't have the background to be able to tell him what all to do. So that, there's some other ideas there.
Right. Yeah. Lots of them.
So I just want to say I'm excited that we're at the point that we're at, and I'm excited that you're a big part of it. I think we've come a long ways, and I think this community, we're a big soccer family. I think this community can be one of the best communities that we could possibly have. And
I hope so.
Yeah, that's right. So no, Jeff, I appreciate it. I hope everybody will take the time to go and join Convene Soccer. Reach out to Jeff, join some of his groups, go follow him on Convene. You go to his profile and check more out about Jeff on his profile, and get to where you communicate with him.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, if you're a coach or you're a a league, if you're a club, reach out to Jeff. He'll be able to explain, or me, we'll be able to explain how you can use it to benefit.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, Jeff. Look forward to growing this with you.
Me too.
All right.
Thanks for having me on.
All right. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.